Hello, we're going to begin section 9.3. Excuse me again. Start by sharing my screen. And then we're going to go and open up the unit conversion table one last time for chapter 9 for this section. We will be dealing with weight and temperature. So we're going to be looking down in here, a lot of things to do with the units of temperature, the scales down here, and then with weights, units of weights in this area right on through here. So let's just start off with, first of all, talking about the metric system conversions that we have talked about before, but I'm going to remind you that if I am moving from large units like kilo, hecta, deca to smaller units, I am going to multiply by 10 for each unit. So if I am changing from kilograms to decigrams, I'm just going to count from here, kilograms, 1, 2, 3, it goes 4 spaces. Okay, so I would multiply by 10, by 10, by 10, by 10, 4 times, and that is actually 10,000 is what I'm multiplying by. Okay. And then back to here, if I am going from smaller units to larger units, I'm going to divide by 10 for each unit. So let's say I'm changing from centimeters to meters. Okay. I am going to look at where centimeters are right here, and then I count how many things it takes me to get back to the base unit. So it takes 1, 2. So I'm going to multiply by 10, by 10, or 100 to change from centimeters. Sorry, I'm dividing. That was dumb of me. I'm so sorry. So this should not say times. I am actually going to divide by 10 twice. So I'm dividing by 100. Okay, so let's look at some examples. I'm going to convert 8.7 decigrams to milligrams. So I'm going to come over here and talk about this for a second because we have two D words here and here. The actual abbreviation for grams in deca is DAM, and for deci is DM. So those are the two things that you want to notice. So we're changing from decigrams to milligrams. We're changing from here to here. So 1, 2. I'm changing from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so I'm going to multiply by 10 twice. 8.7 decigrams times 10 times 10, or each time I multiply by 10, I move the decimal over. It equals 870 milligrams. Okay. if I am changing from milligrams, 950 milligrams, to grams, okay, milligrams to grams, smaller units to larger units, I divide by from milligrams to grams. So from here to here, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be times 10 times 10. Dang it. There, I did it again. Pay attention. Sorry. Divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10 three times, which means I'm going to, if my decimal place is here, when I divide by 10, I move the decimal left. So 1, 2, 3, it is 0.95 grams. 0.95 grams is 950 milligrams. Okay? So, sorry for the division multiplication mistake. Hopefully that didn't cause you a lot of grief. An aquarium holds 25 cubic meters of water. Now we're going to go into the conversions, which means we're going to go back to that table or that worksheet that we have, not worksheet, formula sheet that we have. An aquarium holds 25 cubic meters of water. How much water does it weigh? How much does the water weigh in kilograms? I'm going to minimize this for a second, and we're going to talk about changing from weight. So 1 cubic centimeter is 1 gram. I'm going to go back and look at my example again. I want meters, cubic meters to kilograms. Cubic meters. Oh, so then if I move my picture to the side here, right here, I have cubic meters to kilograms. Okay, 1 cubic meter equals 1,000 kilograms. So let's look at our problem again. I have 0.25 cubic meters. And I want the meters, cubic meters to cancel off. So I know that I want the 1 cubic meter to be on the bottom. It equals 1,000 kilograms. Those will cancel. Multiplying by 1,000 moves the decimal 3 places to the right when I'm multiplying. So it's going to equal 250 kilograms. That's not too bad. Okay, now let's talk about the next example. Let's change 160 pounds to go. Oh, now we're changing from English measurement to metric. 160 pounds to kilograms. Again, let's look at our little thing here. We've got 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. I'm just writing that to the side so I don't forget it. I want 160 pounds to kilograms. 160 pounds. LBS is the abbreviation for pounds. I've got a conversion to change pounds to kilograms. 1 pound LB is 0.45 kg. The pounds will cancel off. So I have to grab my calculator and I am going to change that. 160 times 0.45, enter, is 72 kilograms. Calculator, make sure you're using it. And the next one, convert 300 grams to ounces, okay? If I'm gonna change 300 grams to ounces, I'm gonna use my little table again. I've got a thing on here that changes grams to ounces right there. 1 ounce equals 28 grams. So I bring back my example. I want 300 grams to finish in how many ounces? So I want ounces on top, the grams on the bottom. 1 ounce is 28 grams. The grams cancel. So my answer is going to be in ounces. Division bar, 300 divided by 28 is 10.71 ounces. And it's that simple. Again, it's only taking me one step to change these from my conversion using my unit things and my little table of value, or my little cheat sheet that I've been calling up every time in here. The last part that I want to talk about is conversions of temperature. There are temperature conversions. I have them on this sheet right here written above. But again, when you open up that sheet in your modules and go to the bottom of this, you'll see the units of temperature conversions formulas are right here. Okay, so you will have those as well. And so now I'm going to call back my, maybe if I can get my, okay. So I've got Fahrenheit equals 9/5 times C plus 32. If I have 37 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit equals 9/5 times 37 plus 32. Okay, so remember I've got to do 9 divided by 5 times 37. Give me 66.6 plus 32 gives me 98.6 degrees. Fahrenheit. I'm changing from Fahrenheit to Celsius. B equals 5/9 times 77 minus 32, which is 5/9 times 77 minus 32 is 45. So I can do 5 times 40, 5 divided by 9 times 45. But I also know that 9 goes into 9 once and 9 goes into 45 5 times. 5 times 5 equals 25. And the last but not least is the Celsius to Kelvin. But I've changed this to make it to where I have to change Fahrenheit to Celsius first. And 32 degrees Fahrenheit equals what degrees Celsius? I've got to go back up here to my, I'm changing from Fahrenheit to Celsius. I've got to use the, I'm going to write it over here. 5/9 times 32 minus 32, which is 0. 5/9 times 0 is 0 degrees Celsius. So then I can use my formula to find the degrees Kelvin. K equals 0 plus 273.15. So it is 273.15 degrees Kelvin. So that is a quick lead into section 9.3. If you have any questions, again, please send me an email and we can set up times for one-on-ones Zoom. Share in